Hi, this is Pam at Nashua Sewing Vac, and I'm in the process of finishing up my my bunny basket for the March fill in the blank project for Kimberbell, and I'm sewing something down here, and I realized I'm using a tool that you might like to see in action. So the thing is, we call this little guy here a hump jumper. It's known as a button reed, a multi-purpose tool, and you'll notice there's two different thicknesses, thick and thin, and also this little hole, which is perfect for holding a needle when you're actually trying to put a needle into your machine. But right now I'm using it as my hump jumper, and you can sew right through it, as evidenced by this one. You can see the holes, so be careful. I know I've sewn through a bunch. I usually have one of these at every single machine. So I'm going to show you how I'm using this. So here's my bunny basket project already, and what I'm doing is I'm trying to sew these bands on the bottom edge of the basket, whatever a basket is. And I have to fold my handles over, and you can see there's quite a bit of thickness. Even with my dual feed foot on, I'm finding I'm still having trouble. So what I'm going to do is come over here, put my foot down, my needle down, and I'm going to start to sew. And you can see the angle. I'll sew a little bit more. Needle stop down is a great thing to have, but look at the angle of that foot going. It's going up like this. Eventually it just isn't going to feed very well because my feed dogs will have really nothing to grab. So I'm going to take my little hump jumper. I'm going to even the playing field by sticking this underneath here, and I'm going to hold this until I'm really firmly on top of that bump. The other thing I have to worry about, though, is coming off, and that's quite a little slide off of that. So I'm going to stitch forward a little bit more, and just as I'm getting ready to come off of that, I'm going to put my hump jumper, and I tend to always use the thin side. You can use, really, I don't know, just make how I work it. And I'm going to hold it. Now what I'm going to do as I work it is pull it back a little bit, because it doesn't know to come back. So I'm going to pull it back a little bit more. And a little bit more to make sure I'm off the hump there in the back. And I'm off, and I can roll it right along here. Until I run into the next problem, another hump. So I'm going to stitch a little bit more. And already I can feel my foot doesn't want to go up there. So I'm going to take my hump jumper, I'm going to put it in the back. And I'm ready to ski off the front here. I'm going to hold it down. And then that let me sew that ribbon on really, really easily. This particular product is a Viking product, or I don't know if there's a FOF version of this. I think there is. It doesn't matter. You know what? They work for every sewing machine. I even have one on my serger, so when I'm going from a thick to a thick, I actually put it behind my serger foot. Just hold on to it, or it wants to shoot back. So it's an inexpensive tool, but I think it's absolutely a necessary tool for your toolbox. So that is the button reed or multi-purpose tool. But if you go into Nashua Sewing Vac and ask for a hump jumper, everybody knows what you want. Thank you.